For our arrangement today, I thought I would make a flower meadow. I get a lot of requests from brides, and I just thought it would be a really good thing that we could do kind of a step-by-step tutorial in. So the reason why I like these is because they're very stable, and it also has a great reservoir for water. We definitely need a water source when we're doing this kind of work, and it transports really well when you're having to deliver it from one place to another because it is nice and stable. First thing I'm going to use is 1 brick of floral foam. And you can pre-soak this if you'd like, which is easy to do. The thing with floral foam is if you're gonna do it the way I'm doing it, you're gonna keep filling and filling it. But if you soak it in a bucket of water, it's gonna just naturally have gravity do its job. Do not force submerge floral foam as it will create air pockets. And we don't want any air pockets in our designs, otherwise our flowers won't be drinking fully. So one thing to note is once you do this and you get your foam in there, you're gonna wanna tape this down. You could even go as far as adding a layer of chicken wire if you're gonna be using some really heavy stemmed things like gladiolas or, birds of paradise or anything kind of tropical, heliconia. That definitely I would use another piece of chicken wire in here to help really secure my infrastructure. But chicken wire is your friend in the world of floristry. So one thing, I'm gonna start off by taping. This is waterproof tape. And I'm gonna go all the way around this way. I'm gonna do it twice. This is adding an extra layer of support, as well as keeping your foam in there and securing it down. And then I'm gonna add some more tape. You could just go one more way this way, but I'm actually gonna do 2 because I just never feel like there's enough. And this is really where all of my strength comes in. Mechanics is everything in the world of floral design, and all it takes is one bad mechanic and your whole piece is destroyed. And that's happened to me. So you live and you learn. You guys get to learn from my mistakes. So again, I went over that twice with each of those. It's nice and secure, it's not going anywhere. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give this a nice fill. And I'm really focusing on filling up the reservoir right now so that it can drink up from the bottom. It's gonna drink really fast. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and start with is I'm gonna do a little bit of a base of greenery because I wanna make sure that my mechanics is all covered, my spray or my saddle is all covered. So I'm gonna start with a few stems of the leather. And I love this because it's going to help sort of expand and give us that linear size of our meadow. So you can go ahead and just plug that in that way and this stem in this way. I'm gonna make a little bit of an X, if you will, and just plug that one there with that one, creating my shape. The thing with floral film too is you really do want to commit to your insertions. You don't want to keep pulling it in and out because that will just destroy the foam itself, and then it'll be just a bunch of powder. All right, I think this is good. There's 2 kinds of ruscus. There's the Israeli ruscus, and then there's Italian ruscus. And Italian ruscus is longer, it's a little bit more delicate, and it trails, has a lot more flounce to it. Just kind of giving a nice even distribution. I love the mix of these greens. We've got kind of all of them represented, the dark green and the leather, the sort of brighter, more chartreusey green with the ruscus, and then the silvery sagey greens with that baby blue eucalyptus. It's kind of like mixing metals. I love to wear gold and silver together. I love mixing greens together. I always spin my arrangements as well while I'm designing. I wish I had a Lazy Susan right now. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. I'm just gonna put these in, sort of counterbalancing the ruscus. And you can see kind of how this shape is. It's just kind of bending that way. I'm gonna go ahead. You just wanna work with the shapes, the way things are growing. It really gives that organic, way nature grew vibe. Want to force what's already perfect. My next ingredient, I think, is going to be some hydrangea. It's gonna fill in and give us so much volume. Let's go with our thistle. put a little bit of thistle in there. I'm just gonna take those lateral pieces off. So I'm gonna do my roses. So I am gonna go ahead and reflex these as well. They just add a lot of whimsy that way. These are our focal, so we're gonna really give them a lot of height. Last but not least, it's probably my favorite element in this whole thing. That is our garden delphinium. I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna use these. I'm gonna break them up a little bit and just kind of tuck in. This would definitely be kind of an in-between of our line and filler. I just want these to be showcased, give them all the glory that they deserve. Super natural. I think it was just plucked from the garden. That's one of the key principles into designing. You want to design like if you were to find it growing in the garden. So you do want to keep your things sort of clustered together in a way that feels very natural, have rhyme and reason. Think about using florals and creating a path or a river of color and texture in one direction. Just helps segue and make it feel much more organic.